Hello and welcome back to example 2 of our BODMAS class. The previous one was quite long because we have to explain in great detail how we convert the fractions, the mixed fractions, and then before we simplify. Now we have another one before us here which says 1 whole number 7 all over 8 divided by 1 whole number 1 all over 2 of the other side of this fraction. Now there are two terms which are in this example that were absent in the previous example. For example, we have bracket, which was not in the previous example. We have off, which also was not in the previous example. So we're going to provide solution to this very one now. The same method we use. Now the first step there says convert all mixed fractions. So how to convert these mixed fractions? And the first one is 1 times 8. You already know how to convert mixed fraction, plus 7 all over what? 8, correct? Now divided by what? 1 times 2 plus 1, correct? All over 2. Don't worry. So we have this bracket here. We're going gradually, we'll get there. So we have off here, and then we have 8 times 3 plus 1 all over 3 still divided by 1 times 4 plus 1, correct? All over what? 4. And let's bring our bracket here so we know we are all on the same page. All over. Convert this one. So we have 1 times 6 plus 1 all over what? 6 plus 1 all over what? 2. So the next step is we are going to make the arithmetic of these ones at the up. So 1 times 8 is going to give us 8, and 8 plus 7 is going to give us 15. So we have 15 all over what? 8 at the top there, divided by 1 times 2 is going to give us 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. So we have 3 here all over what? 2. And then we have the brackets like so of what? Okay. And then again we have 8 times 3 is going to give us 24. 24 plus 1 is 25. So we have 25 all over what? 3, still divided. Now 1 times 4 is 4, and 4 plus 1 is 5. 5 all over what? 4. 5 all over what? 4. And then we go again. So 1 times 6 is 6. 6 plus 1 is 7. We have 7 all over what? 6 plus what? 1 all over what? 2, correct? Now this is what the converted part of what the whole example. We've successfully converted what? The mixed fractions. Now let's see the next step, which says apply BODMAS. Now if you look at the BODMAS, we have bracket first. Now this is a bracket. Simply means I'm going to treat these terms in the bracket first. After treating the terms in the bracket, then we go with off, which is the next one. So I'm going to wipe this part of the board so we can continue. So just so we are all on the same page, I wiped the top part of the board. So let's treat the terms inside the bracket first. So we have 15 all over 8 divided by 3 all over 2. Remember, you can't work with this division here. All you need to do is to change this sign to multiplication and then invert this term next after the division sign. So if we do that, we're going to have 15 all over 8 times. Remember, once you change the sign to times, you invert it, so you have 2 all over what, 3, correct? Now you are still inside this bracket. We are working with the terms inside the bracket first. We'll finish them, then we'll continue with the next one. 25 all over 3, 25 all over 3. Then you change this division to multiplication and it becomes 4 all over what, 5, correct? Then let's continue. We have 7 all over what, 6 plus 1 all over what, 2. Now wipe the other part of the board. So looking at this term in this bracket, we have 15 here all over 8 divided times 2 all over 3. So 2 can divide 8 and it's going to give us 4. Also 3 can divide 15, it's going to give us 5. So if 3 divide 15, we're going to have 5, and if 2 divide 8, we are going to have what, 4. So here is going to give us 1 and here will be what, 4. So here will be 1 and here will be what, 5, correct? So 5 times 1 is going to give us 5 and 4 times 1 is going to give us what, 4. Now remember, we are still having off here. Then 25 can be divided by 5, correct? And when 25 is divided by 5, here will give us 1 and 25 will give us what, 5. So 5 times 4 is going to give us 20 all over 3 times 1 is going to give us what, 3. So we have all over here 7 all over 6 all over 6 plus 1 all over what, 2. Now let's continue. So we are now done with the bracket. So next we want to treat this off, and this off in BODMAS is similar to multiplication. So we can rewrite this to be 5 all over 4 times 20 all over what, 3 all over what, 7 over 6 plus 1 all over 2. Now we have 5 all over 4 and 20 over 3. So 4 can divide itself 1 and 4 here is going to give us what, 5, correct? So we have 5 times 5, which is going to give us what, 25, correct? We have 25 all over 3 times 1 is going to give us what, 3 all over. Now let's take care of this bottom part. Now look at what we have here. We have 7 all over 6 plus 1 all over 2. So we have to look for the LCM. The LCM of 6 and 2 is 6, and 6 divided by 6 is 1. 1 times 7 is going to give us what, 7, plus 6 divided by 2 is going to give us 3. 3 times 1 is going to give us what, 3 all over what, 6. So let's continue. So So we have 25 all over 3 all over 7 plus 3 is going to give us 10 all over what? 6. So I'll wipe this top part of my board so that we can continue. So let me rewrite what I have there. It is 25 all over 3 all over 10 over what? 6. So remember, this is division now, a division line, and we cannot work with it directly. We have to bring this term at the bottom to this top here. So when we do that, remember, we'll still have 25 all over 3, correct? Now it will be divided by what? 10 all over what? 6, correct? And as usual, just as we did at this point, we cannot continue with this division. We have to change it to multiplication. So when we change it, we have 25 all over what? 3, correct? The writing is so bad. Then we have multiplication here, which is multiplied by, once we change the sign to multiplication, we invert what? This part of it. So we're going to have 6 all over 10, correct? So now look at it carefully. We have 25 here and we have 10 here. So 5 can divide, and when 5 divide 10, we're going to have 2. And when 5 divide 25, we're going to have what? 5, correct? Now 2 can also divide here to be 3, and 2 here will be 1. Is that also? Yeah. So what we are left with is 5 times 3, 5 times 3 all over what? 3 times 1, which is what? 3. So our final answer is 15 over what? 3, which is what? 5. Final answer is what? 5 whole number. It's a bit long, but try as much as you can to pick up every detail. That way you will be familiar and you solidify your knowledge on BODMAS. It's quite simple, very, very simple. Just take your time and apply the basics, the steps, follow the steps, and then you arrive at the same answer. So don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe button, and then turn on the notification bell so that when we drop new videos you will be notified. So stay tuned and enjoy the rest of the day.